My daughter just contacted me after 17 years asking if I wanted to meet my granddaughter. Am I the asshole for telling her that I don't care about her or her daughter and to never contact me again?
I mean, surely your kid did something fucked.
Heinous?
Yeah, heinous to deserve that kind of thing. Or OP is just a monster. We've had a fair share of both. But I'll just say the daughter probably is bad.
Okay. I am in my 60s now. I was married to my ex-wife and we had a daughter. Our marriage was going through its ups and downs, but I was really close with our daughter. But as our marriage was going through its difficulties, I made a huge mistake I still regret to this day. I started having an affair with my coworker.
I fucked up.
It was the monster part. He is the monster.
Yeah, he's the monster.
She was in a violent, physically abusive relationship at home. We became friends at work, and things just escalated from there.
Instead of calling the cops or bringing him to the proper authorities, I just fucked her instead.
Friend. Yeah, I feel like you took advantage of her in a weak state, and you're trying to paint it as
heroic, I guess.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Oh, he definitely paints it as heroic in the next few sentences. She got an out from me. She got the support she needed to file the divorce from her husband, who is currently in jail now, which is great. I like that for her. The affair went nowhere and we called it off shortly after, but I was glad that she got out of her abusive relationship and that she was safe. But when my ex found out about the affair, things expectedly didn't go well. She lashed out and said a lot of horrible things about me to our daughter, who was 15 at the time.
Deservingly so, probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, she probably just told her the truth. Yeah. I admitted full fault with the affair, but even after the divorce, I sensed distance between me and my daughter was growing. Until one day, my daughter said she wasn't going to speak to me anymore, and she was going to cut me off from her life forever. That was the most painful thing anyone has ever said to me. I begged her to please reconsider. I still remember that day. Which I got to say, your daughter's 15, finding out that her dad cheated on her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't doubt that's how most people would react. You know what I mean? Like, fuck you.
Like, you're the reason the family broke up, brother. I mean, I don't...
Exactly. Like, you're not the victim here. She's losing her parents, like, being together because of actions you made.
Mm-hmm.
She is in the right to be
upset.
Angry. But time passed on. My daughter kept her word, and after trying to connect with her for the first year, I gave up. I found out from one of my mutual friends that my ex-wife married a great guy. I was happy because I was hoping that it would remove the hatred for my ex-wife, and my ex-wife would advise our daughter to at least rekindle a relationship with me, but that never happened. I moved states a year later. I am at peace now, but I still have some aching sadness. I have retired. Both my parents have passed away. My brother passed away tragically a couple years ago. To be honest, I am waiting for my turn. I have only my dog and my sister left. Really painting the I'm a victim here.
Yeah.
In this.
Woe is me.
Yeah.
Or breaking up my family because I wanted to fuck my coworker.
Yeah, exactly. A couple hours ago, my daughter called me on the phone. I haven't spoken to her in 17 years. I instantly recognized her voice, but I didn't feel anything. No happiness, no sadness, just indifference. She was crying a lot on the call, and we caught up on life. She's married, and she's had a daughter who's now 12. She apologized for cutting off contact and says her mom asked her to reconnect with me, as her mom felt guilty about how everything played out. She said she really wanted me to meet her daughter, and her daughter was consistently asking about her granddaddy. But I wasn't feeling anything. After we caught up on everything and our life, I told her I don't care about her or her daughter and to never contact me again, and then I hung up.
I can see why you don't have friends either.
Was I the asshole?
Yeah. Yeah.
The monster. Holy shit.
An asshole in the beginning. You try to paint yourself as a victim, and then you're an asshole again when given the opportunity to make amends.
Yeah.
Insane not to feel. I'm glad that you won't get the chance to see your daughter or granddaughter because they deserve better.
They do.
Like, imagine they fly out to wherever you're living now, and then you're just a piece of shit like you are. So, I mean, yeah, it's better to wonder and hear stories than to actually meet the shitty human that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like you have no friends on top of, losing your family, and you're just waiting to I think you need therapy hardcore.
Oh, definitely. Even just to come to the, realization that you aren't the victim in that particular situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you fucked up, and you need to realize that like you traumatized your daughter, fucked up your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't seem like he realizes that truly.
Yeah. I don't know. He sounds deeply depressed, which is sad. But again, I'm not going to give him I
don't feel bad.
Yeah, I'm not going to give him the sympathy or whatever. I would just say, talk to somebody, get a therapist, because you're hamming it up for Reddit. I gotta say,
I agree. And Reddit saw through it and said, "You're the asshole."
Yeah.
AF spouse 123 says, "You're the asshole. I hate when adults make very bad adult decisions that affect their children and then blame the children when they respond in very childlike manner. Your daughter was a teenager. That is a rough time for kids, even when their home life is stable. You gave her 1 whole year before you cut bait and gave up on her. Then you moved away.
Mm-hmm.
You told your daughter that she wasn't important enough to fight for, and she believed you. Now that she's an adult with a child of her own, she has reached out to you, and you again told her that she wasn't important to you. She now knows she was probably right to cut you out the first time." And many of the other comments echoed this. I got to say, I do find it crazy that he was like, "I tried after a year, stopped trying to contact her, and then moved states." Like, it's like, well, I mean, she's obviously going to hate you for that.
It didn't take a lot for you to give up.
No, exactly. And OP comes back with an update. So let's see what he says.
Fuck you guys.
Well, he has another excuse. Look, I was extremely drunk last night.
Oh,
the words which came out of my mouth weren't the best, and my comments on my posts weren't great either. Seeing how everyone said I was the asshole, I decided to call my daughter again an hour ago. I didn't really expect her to pick up the call, but she picked up immediately. I apologized for last night, and she said there was no need to apologize, which I disagree. You definitely should.
Yeah.
I then sent her a link to this Reddit post on messages and told her, I know I was the asshole and thousands said so. She again said I wasn't the asshole, and she started crying again. I told her she's free to come to my house anytime in the next 4 months, because after that, I will be leaving the country with my sister and our dog. Our parents left us a nice farmhouse in their home country, and we will be spending the rest of our lives there. I sent her my address in the messages, and my daughter said she'd come with her husband and her daughter by the end of next week. She asked if she was welcome to stay with us for multiple days, and I told her she could stay for however long she wanted, as our house was spacious enough. And that is the update. So, I don't know.
She is very forgiving. I gotta say,
very forgiving.
Because I would have been like, "Nah, keep it on 100.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get to see nobody. Enjoy life in your motherland."
Yeah, wherever that is.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Man, if I were the daughter, that happened to me, and then I got the Reddit post sent to me where he's trying to sound like an absolute hero, I'm just like, yeah, I'm good, actually.
Yeah,
I'm good.
If I read the comments and be like just shitting on him, I'd feel a little bit, validated in my feelings, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I truly don't feel like he's realized what he's done. I mean, maybe he has, but again, I think therapy would actually dive better into that if he
do wonders for this guy.
100%. So he should definitely look into that. And
it seems like we just need to peer pressure him into doing it, honestly. So
just keep hammering
that post, guys. Get therapy, and then maybe he'll try and make some changes.
To the realization. Yeah. Hopefully.
Also, I hate the "I was drunk" excuse. It's always
ridiculous.
So convenient to.
Yeah.
As someone who used to drink I wouldn't say I was an alcoholic, but like every other weekend we'd go out. I don't think there's at least one time where I, said something that I was like, oh my God, I was drunk. The only time I blame being drunk for is when I'm like throwing up. Like, oh my God, I was so drunk. Like, I've never done an action. So I just feel like, I don't think that's ever a good excuse ever to just be like, oh man, I was drunk. I apologize. Like, no.
It's also a Reddit post. You can choose when to send it. That was on you. So just because you were drunk doesn't mean you're, innocent from the actions that you performed. And
I got to say, sentence structure was pretty good in that post, which is rare for a Reddit post.
Yeah. I've seen better. I've seen worse for sure.
There's definitely been worse.
So I don't know. I think he meant what he said. He's just trying to curb it once again. But who knows? Hopefully things end up better. I mean, it sounds like he won't have much contact with them after he moves anyways, which is probably a good thing, Yeah. So they'll meet the grandkid and that'll be it.
Therapy.